I am Dr. Burkenstock, and we are Skin Body Health. We have offices in both Mandeville and New Orleans, Louisiana. It's our pleasure to talk to you tonight, and tonight we'll be discussing testosterone deficiency and its effect on male and female health. What a lot of us know is that as we get older, we might feel weaker or less strength, or our mood may fall. The other things we start noticing, especially in the male category, is that you're eating less and gaining more. Men having a protuberant or an outpouched belly. And that belly isn't just about all they eat. It's also due to a lack of testosterone. As a matter of fact, as men become more sedentary or couch potatoes, that actually increases a hormone called estrogen, which is bad estrogen in their body. A man is supposed to have a small amount of the good estrogens and a large amount of testosterone. What we used to think is that testosterone made a man too aggressive, when in fact that's not really the case at all. Higher levels of testosterone help support the brain power for men so that they can do a lot of problem solving. When men sort of slide over to their female side, it's almost as if they had a magnet pulling them to the couch. So it becomes a vicious cycle of, I want to go problem solve, or I want to go do this activity, or take care of this household chore, or go solve this business problem. But in essence, that magnet on the couch, which is often related to higher levels of estrogen, just sort of keep them there. So we begin to think, what naturally medically can we do to help men increase their testosterone naturally? Of course, there's bioidentical hormones, and after you've done everything that you can do to boost your testosterone naturally, some men do need extra help. My recommendation on this is bioidentical hormone creams. Well, why? They have pellets, they have injectables for testosterone. Why would I like bioidentical hormone creams? Well, it's the one way that we have that the testosterone doesn't have to pass through the kidneys, the liver, and other organs of the body. Organs that we may not want to be exposed to testosterone. In a natural state, they're not really so much exposed to testosterone. Testosterone is kept down near the seminal testicles and the penile gonadal area. So the bioidentical hormone creams can be placed very near the lower groin for the male, and because the creams are soaked into the skin, you don't ever have to swallow them or inject them and have them exposed to any other parts of the body. The other thing I like about bioidentical hormone creams are that you put a little dab on daily. It's not a big pile of shaving cream, it's just a little small dab of cream. And so you're feeding the body every day something that the body needs to use every day. When we do an injectable, we get a huge surge and then it tapers off. The tapering off is not good for the body, and then when you first inject it, you have supernormal or supranormal, higher than physiologic levels, higher than it should be on any given day. And then by the end of your injectable cycle, your testosterone is bottomed out again. So the days of where the testosterone is where it should be are very few. We're either overcharged it or it's very undercharged. So that's why I like the creams, because you're getting a constant small dose on an everyday basis, which keeps the levels at a very peaceful, high level. We're not oversurging or undersurging, and the man feels better every day. The same goes for women who may be testosterone deficient. We would give them an appropriate amount based on their blood levels and such, what they would need every day. Again, for the man, based on his blood levels combined with symptoms. So what are some of the things that are stealing some of our testosterone? Well, aging can do it, and the environment can do it. So we get xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are bad estrogens that are found in the environment. They can get into our bodies from pollution. They can get into our bodies from fast food chains where they've got the hormones and injected into their cow meats. And then the chickens, of course, eat by the cows, and so the chickens get the hormones too. So it's really pretty hard to get away from these xenoestrogens and bad hormones that go through our food chain that then become cow meat and chicken meat and turkey meat, etc., pork, what we eat from our grocery stores. In our water supply, the water supply is cleared for bad chemicals, chlorines and such, but the water is not cleared for birth control pills. Well, we're on our second, going into our third generation of ladies that are on birth control pills. So when a lady eliminates her water into the toilet, that urine is filled with birth control pills if she happens to be on that hormone. And as we know, across the United States, there are millions of females that are on birth control hormones. Not only is a woman getting re-exposed to the birth control when she drinks water, even if it's filtered water, the male is also getting exposed to the birth control hormones from the water that is supplied to us. So we're getting more and more of these bad estrogens, fake estrogens, through our environment, through our stores, and then through our processed foods. There are many of the preservatives that when our body finishes digesting them will throw our hormones off balance. So when we're shopping for foods, that's why organic is best, cage-free eggs are best, and cows that come from farms that are not injected with steroids, hormones, and antibiotics. You still are going to get some from them. There's no way to get it 100% pure, but it's certainly better than buying the average meat. Don't forget to like and share our videos, our YouTube video and this video today live, to be in the drawing for a free bottle of Zinc Prime. We're going to get to it later, but zinc is one of your best natural minerals to boost testosterone in a male or female. So testosterone can be gotten from foods, and it's great for fertility. Zinc helps the body naturally make testosterone. It's found in oyster, beef, beans, and legumes. Zinc is found in 5 times the daily dose needed in oysters. So that little mollusk carries a whole lot of weight in the zinc department that can boost your hormone naturally. If you've missed any of our previous webinars, you can go to our YouTube channel, Dr. Burkenstock Skin Body Health. Tonight, please like and share to win your bottle of Zinc Prime so that we can get your testosterone bottles boosted. Onions and garlic are another staple that is found in our kitchen, and of course in restaurants too, that make more and better quality sperm for the man. So onions and garlic both trigger pathways in our body that make testosterone. Both of these herbs, onions and garlic, both have a high level of the natural plant chemical called flavonoids. Flavonoids really improve testosterone, and when you don't eat enough flavonoids, your body actually produces less testosterone. Another great food is fish. Fish are loaded with vitamin D, along with omega and other great things for the body. But in terms of increasing testosterone, fatty fish like salmon, tuna, mackerel, to name a few, are rich in vitamin D. That vitamin D will naturally boost your testosterone. You can also take vitamin D in the form of a supplement. Last week's winner won a bottle of Satin Seal, and that winner was Miss Karen Spencer. Karen Spencer, you've won a bottle of Satin Seal. If you'll call or email into one of our offices, we'll get that shipped to you. Going on, magnesium. Magnesium prevents testosterone binding. When testosterone is bound in the body, it cannot float around in your blood and go into use in the different parts of the body that testosterone needs and is used for. So magnesium is found plentiful in things like spinach, almonds, cashews, and peanuts. Of course, you can get a magnesium supplement as well. When you're getting a magnesium supplement, you want one that is chelated. kind of spelled like chelated, C-H-E-L-A-T-E-D. Chelated magnesium is much more highly absorbable to the human body. Pomegranate. Pomegranate is a fruit that lowers stress hormones like cortisol and raises sex hormones like testosterone and the good forms of estrogen. It also lowers blood pressure as well as magnesium and improves your mood. So pomegranate is a great fruit to increase testosterone. When you're talking about what fats you're going to be used in cooking, and although we all try to use very little fats when we're cooking or making salads or sauteing and such, you want to not use a saturated animal fat. The ones like monounsaturated, such as olive oil, avocado oil, and then nuts are great to use as your fat substance. You want to choose very lean meats and whole grains, lots of veggies and fruits, because even a fruit and veggie such as an avocado has fat, but it's a good fat. It's a very good fat. Animal fats such as bacon grease and fatty meats are full of that saturated fat that clogs our arteries, pores, brains, and everything. So for a moment, let's switch over to alcohol. So during this time of year, many people are enjoying adult cocktails and such. With only 5 days of drinking in a row, testosterone levels drop in the male and bad estrogen levels pop high in the male. Alcohol disturbs the body hormone system, so the balance gets off. Heavy drinkers can actually have shrunken testicles, and loss of hair on the chest and the beard, and higher levels of the female hormone estrone, which is one of the three estrogen hormones: estrone, estradiol, and estriol. Estrone is the one that causes cancer in both males and females. So we want to decrease the estrone hormone and increase the testosterone hormone for men. Something else in the environment that we want to watch out for is plastics. Plastic dishes, or the little plastic baggies that we often put our sandwiches in, are full of BPA. BPA is known to lower testosterone and cause cancers, but that's not all it does. It also increases estrogen. So BPA is the one that's been researched. So there are lots of plastics out there that'll have on their marketing billboards, BPA free. Well, folks, there's BPS, there's BPH, there's BPF. The research hasn't been done on those, but I feel very, very strongly that all of the bisphenol that is made into these products, bisphenol A, bisphenol H, bisphenol S, that they are all harmful to the human body. So a little bit less convenient, but if we use glass instead, glass is very protective to the human and doesn't allow all of those xenoestrogens, bisphenols, and other chemicals to get into the body that leaches out of these plastic containers. The plastic containers are bad for us, but what's even worse is if we heat these plastic containers in the microwave, because then it even leaches out more of these untoward chemicals that will hurt our body. This does not happen with glass or Pyrex products. So these BPA can be found in plastics, as we said, also in cans. Sometime in the top of the cans, when you open the can, you can see a layer of plastic. That's BPA plastic at the top of your canned goods. It's never a good idea to use canned goods. When possible, always use fresh. If fresh isn't available, then second best choice would be frozen. There was a study that showed after 6 months, men that worked in factories around BPA, that bisphosphenol A, had much lower testosterone levels than the control group that were tested that didn't work around BPA products. Something else natural that we can boost our testosterone with is a fiber-rich diet. So high fiber diets pull down bad estrogen for men and increase good testosterone for men. So what we find is that the bad estrogens will leach out with bowel movements, which is a great place for them to be. So red and processed meats being those in the deli, again, not only with the fats, but also the processed portion, the ingredients, the sugars, the liquids they inject, the nitrates, all pull down our testosterone levels and our good estrogen levels as well, for that matter. Mediterranean style diet. The Mediterranean diet, which is so popular in Europe and especially Greece, high in vegetables, whole grains, fruits, and legumes. That has been associated with healthy testosterone and good estrogen levels and hormone regulation. Mediterranean diet will also decrease insulin resistance. Insulin resistance lowers testosterone levels. When testosterone levels are low, your fat levels go higher, which can lead to your body not using insulin well. That can tiptoe you into high blood sugar and diabetes. By reversing these, using a good diet like a Mediterranean diet, high in fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean meats, will naturally improve testosterone levels and good estrogen levels and march down the bad estrogen, or called estrone levels, which are bad for both sexual groups, but impending doom for the male, because it absolutely turns down and binds the free testosterone. So remember, during the holiday season, you might want to choose a lemonade or an iced tea as opposed to an alcohol beverage, because after only 5 days, your testosterone levels are going to plummet down. So what can we do on a supplement level if we're just at a point where we're not able to eat quite as healthily as we should, or even when we test our levels, they're still low, so we're not absorbing, maybe to a leaky gut, or just aging, environment, not eating as good as we could or should, or not weightlifting, because strength training actually boosts your testosterone. Not as much as cardio, but the strength training with weights absolutely improves your testosterone levels. So vitamin D, K1, K2, or plain vitamin D, both of these increase your testosterone naturally. SBH, our product called Skin Body Health, has a lot of magnesium in it, as well as calcium and vitamin D, which all three help improve your stores of testosterone. They're all in the chelated version. The chelated versions make these highly absorbable minerals for the body. In the store, you may be familiar with some brands. I won't mention them now, but if you pick up some of the calcium or calcium with D brands, it may say calcium gluconate, calcium carbonate, and those are not absorbable hardly at all. Very, very little human absorption, some of them less than 10%. A chelated calcium is highly absorbable because it's in a form that the body can readily absorb. Zinc. Our Zinc Prime delivers high doses of potent zinc, GMP approved, and we know those levels will naturally increase testosterone. Adrenal Balance. So Adrenal Balance is an interesting product. It helps balance hormones in both men and women. And Adrenal Balance has some ashwagandha and other elements in it. And it's not important that we know those names, but what is important is that they are adaptogens. And what adaptogens means is if your levels of some of your hormones are too high, it pulls them down. If the levels of some of your hormones are too low, it pulls them up. So adaptogen takes your hormones and helps you adapt to a normal range in the human body. DHEA Boost. Many men are low in DHEA as well as testosterone. DHEA is one of your precursors to testosterone, and it lives in your adrenal glands, which sit above the kidney. So with DHEA Boost, we can use that to increase, through the indirect route, the precursor to testosterone, or one of the precursors, DHEA. So this is our male health balance, and that package will be on sale 20% off through January 7th. 20% off through January 7th. So click the link below in the description if you'd like to go to our product store. Again, this group of products, the male bundle, will be 20% off until January 7th. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. We're going to open the floor for questions now to see if there might be any.
This is from Mr. Robert Waldron. I'm growing onions and garlic for my own cooking up here on the North Shore. Dr. Kelly, are you going to be at the spa here in the spring? Question mark.
Yes, I absolutely will. Yes. Bring them by. We'd love to help promote them with you. Let us know. We'll send it out for you.
If my DHEA is high and my testosterone's at a medium range, what supplements should I take there? And also, additionally, does that mean that maybe I'm too stressed since it comes from my adrenals?
Yes, it could mean your adrenals off balance, and I would recommend adrenal balance first and foremost. Do not supplement if your levels are over the normal, super normal or super physiologic levels. You might want to look in some of your shakes that you're using for weight loss or for working out, because a lot of times DHEA or creatine are in those, which are counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish. While it may show you a little bit of muscle mass, it's absolutely changing the balance of your hormones.
How would I go about finding the levels of testosterone in my blood?
You would go to your physician and have them draw a hormone panel. Personally, I draw about 8 to 10 hormones: progesterone, DHEA, pregnenolone, testosterone, sex hormone binding globulin, your 3 estrogens: estrone, estradiol, estriol, and progesterone. And we use those tools to help find out what's out of balance and what's in balance, because the right level of hormones is wonderful. You don't want to supercharge them into ridiculous ranges, which could be harmful to the body. By the same token, you don't want them really, really low where you're not getting the proper hormone support that you need, which can lead to fatigue, memory loss, lethargy, decreased muscle strength, decreased stamina, and of course erectile dysfunction in the bedroom.
How old do you think someone would have a testosterone or estriol problem?
Well, that's a great question. And normally we start seeing it in males after the age of 40, some after the age of 50. It really depends on how good they've taken care of their body, what type of diet they've had, how much alcohol consumption over the years, and some of it genetics as well. Sometimes in very young people, we see a premature testosterone deficiency that could be due to some endocrinologic or endocrine malfunction or a small disorder. And then, of course, we would work that up, find out what was going on and why, and treat that person accordingly. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you tonight. Happy holidays to everyone. Don't forget to like and share. If you've missed any of our previous webinars, our channel once again is Dr. Burkenstock Skin Body Health. Like and share. Someone lucky one will be winning a bottle of zinc this evening. Thank you.